Travis kiddos, it's science time. So we're entering into a new driving questions. We're still animal reporters, we're still talking about animals, but we're going to talk about parents and their young. So we're going to, question 2 asks, how are parents and their young alike and different? So we've talked about these words in our reading a lot. So same, different, alike, different, similar. We talk about compare and contrast. So comparing what's the same and contrasting what is different. So we're going to start by talking about how animals are alike their parents and young. So what are the similarities? What is the same between the parents and their young or babies? So their young or offspring or babies are the animals that the parents give birth to or lay eggs, and we're going to go into all of that. So here you can see a parent animal and its baby. Do you guys recognize these animals? So this is a parent deer and a baby deer or a fawn. So parent animals and baby animals sometimes have different names. We're going to get into that in just a second too. So we're going to talk about what is the same about the animals for now, and then we'll get into how they're different. Now, unfortunately, we can't be at school to play this fun game of matching. I have some matching cards. I'll show you some of them so that you can choose an animal to talk about the parent and its young. But I want to, and you can also watch the video. It's so cute. The parent animals and their young on Twig Science. I've included that link into the description. Remember, you do have to be logged on to launchpad and log into Think Central before you open the video. Sorry, there are all those extra steps, but it's worth it. It's very cute looking at the parents and their babies. So we have human parents and babies. We call human adults or people, and then we call the little ones the babies or the kids, right? So you have different terms for the type, the age of the animal and the stage in its development. So here, this is a bird. Do you know what you call a baby bird? You call it a chick. Okay, so a bird and a chick is the baby. A seal. Do you know what you call a baby seal? You call it a pup. A seal and its pup. How about a sheep? So cute. You call it a lamb. The baby is a lamb. How about a bear? The baby is called a cub. So we have a bear and a cub. Ooh, it's a big cat. Do you know what you call a baby cat? A kitten. And here's where I say to you all, hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. And if you get that joke, I apologize. So there are a lot of animal, adult, and baby terms. Like a baby ant is called an antling. A baby bat is called a pup, just like the seal. A baby deer is a fawn, like I said in the workbook page. Do you know what a young dog is called? You probably do. Puppy. A baby duck is a duckling. A baby horse, do you know that one? It's called a foal. Baby kangaroo is a joey. And a baby pig is a piglet. So there are a lot of different ones that you can think of and look up if you want. So I showed you the parents and young for all of these animals. So if you want to choose one of those to think of how the animal is alike and maybe even start thinking about how it's different, you can use one of those animals, the cats, the birds, the bears, the sheep, the seals. I also have owl and a little owlet, the baby, a chicken, or rooster, and a chick. We have a monkey, the parent and baby. I think the video is going to be better than these little cards for you so that you can really look at how they're alike and different. You can also take a trip to some of the virtual zoos online. We have alligators or crocodiles. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that one. An eagle and its chicks. The virtual trips to the zoo online are so cool, and they're free right now. So I would take advantage of that if you can, and check out some real live animals at the zoo. We have an orangutan, I believe. Penguin. You guys learned a lot about penguins, so you might be able to write about those, because we learned how the chicks have different feathers, right? You have a swan and a duckling. I'm not sure if this is an anteater, maybe? Warthog? Someone help me out. And a beautiful sea turtle here. I wish I was seeing those. I always see them in my triathlon in Hawaii. I always see them during the race, swimming along with us in the ocean. So, bummed that I won't get to see that this year. But I love looking at them on any of the videos too. Very cool. So go ahead and watch the video. You can use the cards. Think about parent animals and their young, because you're going to be doing this page. So making observations, thinking about animals and their young. So you can list some of the things that are the same and different. If you want to try this, you can. Again, I'm sorry we didn't get to play the game together, but you can look at the animal cards and you can think about questions. You can use these words over here: adult, parent, young, offspring, same, different, alike, similar to, and different from. You can think of some questions about animals and use those words. So offspring, so animals need to reproduce, right? We talked about living things always reproduce. That's one of the criteria to make it a living thing. So when it reproduces and makes a baby or a young animal, that baby or young animal is the offspring. So those are some vocabulary words you can use to help you on those pages. And some things that you might want to think about are we know humans pretty well, right? And how our babies are alike and different from the adults. Like an infant, a brand new baby has to be taken care of very well by other humans, right? It takes us a really long time to develop the skills to be able to take care of ourselves. We have people who feed us, carry us places, change us, clothe and feed and shelter us, all of these things. But not every animal is like that. Do you know that some animals, like horses and rhinos and ducks, they're able to walk the same day they're born? So the same day, and ducks hatch, but the same day they're born, they're able to walk. Humans are definitely not like that, huh? And then some animals aren't born, they hatch from eggs. So birds, invertebrates, amphibians, most reptiles and fish all hatch from eggs. So the parent lays the eggs and then they hatch. So it's not like giving birth. And some creatures start as one thing and change into something completely different. Like caterpillars. I know some of you have caterpillars at home right now, so you're going to get to watch them change from a caterpillar into something else. It becomes a butterfly. Or tadpoles change into frogs, right? So some animals totally change throughout their lives. So there's a lot to learn about with animals and their young, and I hope you guys have a good time checking out the videos and exploring, hopefully, some of those virtual zoos, because we have the opportunity right now. We might as well take it. So have fun with that, and happy learning.